Good afternoon, everybody. It is Demise Music and Entertainment here. We are with the podcast number 8. Okay? Number 8. The Podcast. If you guys don't know, I live out in California, okay? I live in Northern California, the Bay Area. I live in the South Bay. The South Bay, the Silicon Valley, known for its technology, known for, you know, Google, Apple was founded in Cupertino, California. I live about 20 minutes away from Cupertino, California. YouTube is out here in the Bay Area, so there's a lot of stuff out here, man. It's crazy. And over in Texas, now Texas is in the middle of the United States at the bottom, and Texas is a huge state. They are going, I know a lot of people know, but some that don't. Texas is going through a Hurricane Harvey, okay? Hurricane Harvey has destroyed many parts of Texas. Houston area got hit, and I was watching a bunch of different news clips today, and they fucked up. The people that are in charge of telling civilians to evacuate, from one story that they were asking, they said that some people were told that it would not hit Houston, Texas. I believe, okay? I might not be right on all these, so correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so Houston, Texas is getting pretty fucked up, pretty trampled. All right? And it's devastating to see, because it's like, Houston, Texas is a major place, man, a major hub. A lot of people know about Houston, Texas, and to see Houston go underwater like that is pretty devastating, and it brings back bad memories of Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina was very devastating to the people of New Orleans and other places there in the South. And it just kind of brings back those haunting memories, and, seeing dead bodies in the water. I wasn't there, but I've seen pictures and video footage, so very reminiscent of those times. And it's just, people have to realize, when you have a warning, okay? When you have a warning from a police officer in life, you better listen, all right? And when Mother Nature is, coming to the neighborhood near you with a vengeance, and it's a flood or a tornado or a wildfire, best believe you better pack up and leave, or prepare for the worst. A lot of people were like, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. And that's partly due to the, they weren't told to evacuate. I think it started in Corpus Christi, Texas, and then they're like, it's not going to really hit Houston, Texas. And then look, Houston's underwater. A lot of, what it says, 4 feet of water, about 50 inches of water, and one of the single family homes. So homes getting destroyed, homes collapsing, people dying, okay? Alligators. They're showing video footage of alligators washing up, and they're just like, ooh, what's this? Alligators aren't tripping. They're like, hey, we go where the water takes us. Humans get so fucking scared and petrified. We can adapt to the water too. There's humans that live out in the ocean, like in the tropical areas and stuff like that. So, learn how to swim. Get a boat. I'm I just want to say, good luck out there, people. Or, God bless. Okay? And please just do everything you can. If you have kids, if you have older family members that are not very handy capable, make sure you get them food, water, clothes, keep them warm, keep them out of the water. If you're young, if you're like in your teens to, 50s, and you're strong, help your community out. I saw a lot of footage of people helping their communities out. People trapped on top of cars and neighbors helping out and just saying, hey, like that's what, this is when it comes down to color doesn't matter. We're all one race, one human race. So you'll see black people helping white people helping black people, Mexicans helping everyone else, everyone helping everyone. Okay, because Mother Nature and natural disasters will humble you. Natural disasters will humble you. I live in California. The year I was born, the Loma Prieta earthquake happened. That was 1989. So I'm 28 years old today. So 28 years ago, San Francisco Giants versus the Oakland A's. It was called the Battle of the Bay. 2 Bay Area teams were at the World Series. And what happens? The same day at the fucking World Series with the 2 Bay Area baseball teams happened to play. Oakland A's Athletics and San Francisco Giants. Loma Prieta earthquake. Magnitude, I don't know, it was either a 6 point something or a 7 point something or 8 point something, I guess. Bridges collapsed. Fires erupted. People getting killed. Millions of dollars of damages. So let's check this out. Loma Prieta earthquake. Okay, this is the year I was born, 1989. San Francisco was fucked. It says right here, it was a 6.9 magnitude earthquake, the Loma Prieta. Total damages was anywhere from 5.6 to $6 billion. October 17th, 1989. So I was April, May, June, July, October. So April, May, June, July, October. So I was about 4 months old, almost 5 months old. And this shit happened. So I'm, 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake occurred in Northern California on October 17th at 5:04 p.m. Yeah, so devastating. Now, these natural disasters, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, okay, these are not a joke, okay? California, we are known for having earthquakes. And right now I live in the Bay Area, San Francisco. A lot of San Francisco, the wharf and all that shit, I heard, I'm not 100% sure, is not very much of a well foundation. So if there's a really big ass earthquake and there's a lot of water coming, the wharf and all that shit is at risk. Okay? And if the water starts rising in the Bay Area, San Francisco is definitely at risk. Now, when you go to Milpitas, and Santa Clara, Sunnyvale, Palo Alto, Fremont, all those areas, that's where the Bay Area is about to close up, and then the land starts, and then San Jose is in there too. So this is where I grew up, Milpitas, San Jose, all this area. So imagine if a giant earthquake happens, and the tsunami waters that happened in Japan, that affected Santa Cruz and San Francisco. And that was all the way in Japan. So imagine if a devastatingly huge earthquake happens here in California, and Milpitas, Santa Clara, San Francisco, the whole Bay Area. Imagine that. Imagine if the water came and rose so high and fucked up everything in the Silicon Valley. That would be crazy. I think about this shit a lot, and I do not get paranoid. If anything, I get excited. I know it sounds crazy, but, it's like, that's just how my mind works. That's how I was raised. I was raised like that. I mean, that's not how I was raised. That's how my mind has been since I was a kid. So there's a lot of mountains out here. There's Mount Hamilton. There's Mount Diablo. I would just go seek higher ground and watch everything wash away. And I see opportunity in that, okay? Entrepreneurs and business people, okay? What they see is opportunity in financial crisis, in stock market crash, recession, entrepreneurs and business people find opportunity. And poor people or employees or people that don't really get too far in life, they look at recessions and floods and all that stuff as bad. Okay? I look at it as all natural occurring stuff. So I said, hey, I agree with the entrepreneurs and the businessmen. Okay? The reason why is because you have to find optimism in the negative. A flood happening out here in the Bay Area. Oh my God, actually, now that I think about it, it already happened. I have footage on my YouTube channel. It's up to 2,000 views, right? It's a pretty good video. San Jose, downtown was getting fucking flooded. First time I've ever seen anything like that. There was people, it was like, I'd say 2 feet, 2.5 feet. And everybody that is out here in San Jose was tripping. They were like, what? This looks like a very, very small Hurricane Katrina, only in certain pockets of the city. But there was news showing people's apartments flooding. My girlfriend's friend from high school, his car got flooded, I think, or his apartment complex or some shit. And I was like, oh my God, this is fucking like something that you see in Hurricane Katrina and now the Hurricane Harvey. And it happened here. So what I just said about the flooding happening here, it did happen this year. So holy shit. You know, it's bound to happen again. But at a more dramatic level, water from the ocean. Because the ocean, the Bay Area, is right there. Okay? Literally, I could drive 20 minutes up, and then the Bay Area, the water's right there, and I can go to San Francisco. San Francisco is basically like a big ass island. Okay? And yeah, that's at risk. That shit's at risk if there's some type of dramatic earthquake and there's a tsunami. Okay? Now, the water up here is cold. It's Pacific Ocean, right? So tsunamis, I don't think, are going to happen. Or hurricanes might. No, you know what? Tsunami might happen. Hurricane won't. But there's been some freaky shit. There's been like little tornado funnel clouds out in San Francisco. And one thing that's been going on in California was we had a major drought. A major drought. Okay? And also wildfires. I've seen 2 wildfires so far this year in San Jose that were fucking devastating. Okay, Morgan Hill and all that shit, all the way over there. And it's crazy. So I don't know if it's, a lot of people get paranoid and they say, oh, the end of times is coming. December 21st, 2012 was supposed to be the end of the freaking world by the Mayan calendar, okay? And that shit didn't happen. So I don't believe that. I just believe that, you know, every so often, every 200 years, every 300 years, you know, a lot of stuff coincidentally happens at one time. So wildfires out in California, where we are, Southern California and Northern California. The drought was fucking pretty bad. You know, there were signs up saying, please conserve water. The drought is very serious. And I'm just like, holy shit, you know. And I don't get paranoid. I don't get scared. Okay, I just look at it and say, hey, this is what happens. Welcome to fucking California, where it's, you know, getting a little overpopulated and a lot of people suck up a lot of fucking resources that they shouldn't. Okay, humans have become so lazy and so fucking, they take everything for granted. Water, food, everything. Okay, humans do. And especially in America and in California, everyone's so fucking spoiled, man. Everyone's so spoiled. And it's very expensive out here, guys. It's very, very expensive. So I am definitely going to pray, okay, for the people in Texas or Houston, Texas. Not necessarily pray, but I'm just going to, you know, keep them in my mind and hope. And we'll see the survivors survive, okay? Like Ty Lopez was saying, and a lot of people say, that the world, Earth, the universe, humans, animals, germs, bacteria, fish, everything is trying to survive. Everything out here on Earth, everything out in the universe, it's a battle. It's a battle for survival or a battle for death. So cancer wants to live in your body. So it's going to take over. Bacteria wants to thrive in your body. So your white blood cells fight the bacteria and the diseases off, right? It's a battle. When you're born, as soon as you're born, you're in the battlefield of survival of the fittest. Okay? Your body's automatically going to work trying to fight off harmful, infectious bacterias and sicknesses. Okay? It's just how the world works. It's a very competitive environment. Everywhere you look, everything's competing. Businesses competing. McDonald's, and what happens? Burger King comes along, opens up right across the street. Hey, we have something very similar to McDonald's. Come try us. Competition. Apple, what's their competition? Microsoft, okay? I was watching a Bill Gates thing today, interview on Investors Archive. Has about 2,000 views, and it's really cool because Bill Gates is a very humble guy, very calm guy. And see, like 5 years ago, I would look at Bill Gates or people with money, automatically hate and judge them because they're rich and I'm not. And I'd be like, oh, look, fucking did it. He must have done something to get that money. You know what? I've given up on that negative mindset, and I just look and say, man, this guy created something that he believed in, and it is in almost every computer any computer that you use that's a Windows or a Dell or whatever that has the Windows in it. You're just like, holy shit. That's why he's so rich, because he helped bring computers to everyday consumers and not just super big businesses that could afford really expensive computers. He's like, let's make this for students, like Steve Jobs too. They're like, let's make computers affordable and cheap for students. Okay? Let's make it cheap and affordable for everyday use. That's why he's rich, because he believed. He's like, I have to drop out of Harvard because I have to spend time on what I feel I believe in. Okay? That is what people don't get, and they would rather throw dirt on his name and say, oh, he must have been doing something bad, because they have to make up for the fact that they didn't find something that they believed in so much and weren't brave enough to go after it. Okay? That's one way of thinking about it. I might be wrong. It doesn't matter. It's an opinion. So, but Bill Gates is spending billions of dollars, and he's not working on technology as much as he is putting money and his time with his wife as well into a foundation of ending malaria over in Africa. Okay? Now he's putting billions, multi-billions of dollars into this foundation. And one of the best things that he said was towards the end of this Investors Archive, it really struck a chord with me. And I was like, wow, man, Bill Gates is going to be remembered. And I'm not going to hate on this guy anymore. I don't know Bill Gates. I don't know if he done shady shit or not. And I don't care. Okay? The guy said, your kids, how do you go about giving your kids money, and how do you go about telling them about what their careers are or how they're going to find their careers? He said, they know what I've done. He has kids in early 20s down to teens, I think. And he's not saying that, oh yeah, we're a super wealthy family, super rich family, so they don't have to do anything. He's like, no, they learn, and they're learning about this foundation that's helping end malaria, and they're going to school, and they're going to choose their own careers. Doesn't have to be with technology. And this foundation that we've started, they're showing an interest in it. Now, they might stick with it, they might not stick with it. It's up to them. He's totally given them the choice of what they want as a career. Now, that's the coolest thing ever, because he could have been a strict, stern person and said, technology's the only way, technology's the only way. From the way it looks in this video, he's like, hey, I use model after me. Look at my blueprint. I was good at something. I believed in it so much, and it made me very successful. And it just so happened to be technology and computers. That right there is far more superior than telling your kids, here's $1 billion. Now go out there and start the next tech company. That is not. That's like going and you were good at sports or something, and then you go out there and you're like, oh, well, yeah, you have to follow exactly my footsteps. Your kid might not want to do that. My father loved basketball. He was really, really good at basketball. And he tried to put me in basketball or any type of sport, and I absolutely hated it. One, I didn't want to listen to the coaches. Two, my mind was on other things. And three, I was a lazy little bastard. I didn't want to do none of that. You know what I mean? And he didn't really get that, you know. But his older brother, my uncle, is super artistic, creative, into music. And that's who I'm like. So I think he understood, like, oh, man, he's like his uncle. He's like my brother. So, you know, like, that's what Bill Gates is doing for his kids. He's not doing that. He's saying, like, they're going to do what they want, you know, and he didn't say they're going to model after me, but that's just human nature right there. He's going to, you know, that's what I would think he would say is like, hey, you know, I went after what I believed in. It just so happened to be technology, and I stuck with it. And look, this is, you know, we have that wealthy backing. Oh, special guest in the hizzle. Hey, guys, my baby boy is just walked in. He wants to say something on the mic. Come here.
Just fresh out the shower.
Fresh out the showers. Fresh out the Say something to the mic, baby boys.
Don't be shy. Say it.
Oh, good job, baby boy. Okay, listen, babe. Little guapo. I was just telling them about Bill Gates and how the interviewer asked him. He said, you know, how are you going to teach your kids? You guys have all this money and stuff. And then he said, they can choose any career that they want. They can choose whatever it is that they want. Just model me, okay? Model me, baby boys, and say, okay, I stuck with what I loved. I believed in something so much, and it just so happened to be technology. Therefore, the richest man in the world because of that. Okay? So that's what it is. He's not telling his kid, like, oh, you have to do music. You have to. Look what happened to Michael Jackson. He got fucked up in the head because his dad was like, you're going to do music. All you guys are doing music. And they're all fucked up in the head. And Bill Gates, he's like, no, they can do whatever they want. But just you. Oh, now you want to talk. Now you want to talk. Is your whip? That's my baby boys. But back to, you going to go, babe? Oh, you just distracted me. Now this podcast is rude. He looks hella. Oh, you just took a baboosh? Is you. He's staring at me. Is your whip? All right. Sorry for the distraction over here. But yeah, so I hope everyone out there in Texas is okay. I understand there's some deaths that happened, and that's very unfortunate, but this is a competitive world, competitive environment, down to the cellular level, down to the cells in your body that are fighting. Bacteria is trying to fight to take you down and kill you. Your white blood cells are fighting to save you. Okay? I understand Donald Trump is going to go to Corpus Christi, Texas, or he already went there. And, you know, I just hope that Donald Trump has him in the team or whatever. They just find out a way to help out, you know. And take care of your Americans, guys. You like, take care of America. We keep taking care of overseas and stuff like that. I have no problem with that. But let's first take care of our country. Okay? God damn. Our country's going through it right now. It's not going through that much as in terms of like other countries like Africa and stuff like that. And it's unfortunate, but it is a competitive world, and I'll keep saying that. And America needs help too. So why not help ourselves? That's the thing. Everyone wants help. Everyone wants help from other places. You have to help yourself. Always help yourself. Okay? And also another thing too, like you have a person like Bill Gates, okay? Giving to a foundation to help abolish malaria or to help contain it and make it smaller numbers of people infected with malaria. Bill Gates stuck with something since he was a teenager and went all the way through he became a billionaire like at 32, I think. 32 years old. So from a teenager until 32, he stuck with something. He said he didn't believe in vacations. He would stay up and pull all-nighters creating. Okay, now look. All that hard work. Some might say, oh, he had a good background or he had all the resources. He had to sneak into a place that had computers because nobody else had computers at that time. And him and another friend or another business partner would sneak in to this place. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but they would sneak in at nighttime like little fucking hoodlums and figure out how these computers work and use these computers that were like $5,000. I don't know the exact price, but they're like, we need to bring this to the masses at a way cheaper price. We need to put this on a chip. Okay? Because no one's going to be able to take these big ass supercomputers. We need to take all this big computer and condense it down into a chip, man. So that's what they did. Now, I watched a 1%er, a business owner, go to Occupy Wall Street and have a debate, an open-minded debate with socialist Democrats. Now, I used to be on the social Democrat side a lot. Okay, I grew up with EBT and food stamps and all that stuff. Not from my mom, but from family members, and I have nothing against it at all. But I make my money and I buy my food. Okay. Other family members would let me use their card and I would get stuff for them and cook. And then, of course, I'd eat some of it too. And, just as long as you're not being a corrupt person and you really need help, then yes. But if you're using it in a bad way or you're abusing it, I don't respect that. Okay? But what happened was the 1%er, the business owner, okay? He was in downtown New York, and he was talking to the people that were Democratic Socialists. And around 4 minutes and 30 seconds in, he's talking to this guy. And the guy comes up, and he's saying, like, they're against capitalism. And he said he believes in something called compassionate capitalism. Okay? And then the 1%er, the business owner, said, I believe that capitalism is one of the most compassionate things out there, more so than communism and socialism and fascism. And the guy was completely disagreeing because he's a democratic socialist, right? I'm trying to find the video right now so I can figure out exactly who it was, so I don't sound like such a moron over here. But, okay, I found it. So it's businessman versus democratic socialists. Now, who is the guy? What's his name? God damn it. I don't know. So at 4:45, I said this. What that man is basically asking for is a handout. Okay? Because he said, if you make $100 million as a businessman, why don't you create jobs for the people that are destitute and in need? And then the guy that has the business, $100 million is a hypothetical number between the conversation of these two gentlemen. He said, so the opposing guy, the Democrat socialist said, if you make $100 million, why don't you create jobs for destitute people? And then the 1% business owner said, well, to get $100 million, I already would have had to create jobs for people to get that $100 million. See, the Democrat socialists don't understand. And that's not in their reality. They think that guy did it all on his own and is hogging $100 million on his own. And he's a capitalist, and that capitalism is evil. Some capitalists are probably evil, and some are probably really good-hearted people. Just like some homeless people are really good people, and some are evil. Hello, poverty is not a virtue. Greed is not a virtue. But money needs to be in your life like food and water. It just needs to flow freely through your life. So then the guy said, okay, how about this instead? So he said, I had to create jobs and employ so many people, 150 people, to make $100 million. Then the Democratic Socialist said, okay. Well, how about this? Okay, he changes it now. He says, instead of keeping 100 million, why don't you keep 50 million and make a, what is it called? Allowance for the destitute people or the people that are living below the means. And then that's when the guy said, oh, come on now, really? And then the guy said, the Democratic Socialist said, there's a thing called greed. And then the business guy shouldn't have said this. He's like, well, everyone's greedy. And then the Democratic Socialist said, no. I guarantee you, if you gave I don't know if he's homeless, but if you give that Democratic Socialist guy $100 and you gave him another $100 to give to his friend that wasn't there at the time, he would probably take the $200 and run. Okay? Let's be honest now. I said this. I said at 4:45, at 4 minutes and 45 seconds in the video, what that man is basically asking for is a handout. The Democratic Socialist guy is asking for a handout. That is a poverty-stricken mindset of, quotes, if I cannot make money, if I cannot run my own business, if I cannot get a job and learn how to save and invest and create a job or income for myself, then the rich people have to share their money with me. Okay? The rich people have to share their money with me because it's their fault why I'm broke. End quote. I said, that is just not cool. Trust me. I have been in that mindset before. I was broke. I was an alcoholic. And I blamed rich people. I blamed the government. I blamed everybody. But guess what? It is not the rich person's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's your own fault. It was my own fault for being poor and broke. Because I was making money at jobs. But I was throwing it all away because psychologically I was poor. Psychologically I was in poverty. And I was like, oh my God. Say, for instance, I got a $500 paycheck. And taxes took $100, so it came out to $400, hypothetically. Okay? I would automatically look at the tax and say they took $100 from me. Fuck the government, fuck it. You know what? Don't bite the hand that fucking feeds you. Like Jim Rohn says, feed the goose that lays the golden egg. Okay? Don't question it. what are you going to do? You're going to fight it? Go fight it. Or just shut up and learn how to, invest what you got. All right? Because that $400, I still could have used it wisely, and I didn't. I would just automatically be negative because of the fact that I got $80 to $100 taken out in taxes. And that would just, my whole 2 weeks of that, because every 2 weeks is usually when I got paid, would be fucked. I'd throw it all away. Cigarettes, booze, complaining about how much they took. Okay? Now, another thing I said was, start from the simplest form of capitalism, okay? I'm putting it into perspective. A guy loses his job. Say, for instance, that I lose my job, okay? Say I had a nice job that was $50,000 a year, okay? $50,000 a year, safe, secure job, and I got laid off. Just say, hypothetically, okay? Your job. Say you work at UPS. And you make $50,000 a year guaranteed with the chance of promotion. Okay, so you can get $55,000 a year, and you get 401k plan and all that stuff, right? But say the job downsizes and you lose your job. Okay, my dad almost lost his job at the mail because they were like, "Oh, we might not need to pay you guys for your job anymore." So say you lose your job. But instead of looking for another job, you invest your time and just $100 to open up just one lemonade stand. Okay? One lemonade stand, you get all the paperwork correct. Okay? Then your lemonade stand becomes a hit, a freaking hit, man. You're starting to get like a bunch of customers, and due to the high demand, a lot of customers keep coming. You need to employ somebody, right? So you're going to employ your friend or your girlfriend or your family member and say, "Hey, I need help, please. Like, so many people, I can't do this on my own. A lot of people keep coming up buying this lemonade, and I need someone to help me make more, or I need you to help me ring and take the money while I'll sit in the while I'll go in the back and create more lemonade." Okay? So you must employ somebody. So you're creating a job. You're paying somebody. Okay? You've created a job. And you're making people happy by giving them something that they want, something that they need on a hot day. Lemonade. Hypothetically, it could be anything. It could be fucking shoes. It could be whatever it is that you want to create. I'm just saying, the typical quote-unquote lemonade stand, all right? So, of course, the person you hire has got to be reliable. You're not going to hire no fucking schmeek, all right? A lot of people that complain that they don't have jobs are already schmucks. I can't find a job. No, you can't get a job. Jobs are everywhere. You can find them. You just can't keep one. You can't keep a job. You can find a job. That's one thing that pisses me off. There's no jobs. Okay, you can't keep one. There's no jobs. Okay, make one. Make a job. Make an opportunity. What are you going to do? Like, what the fuck? If this was the 1800s, are you going to look for a job or are you going to start one? Because it was easier back then. Now it's hard. But, shit. It's either do or die. What are you going to fucking do? So, due to a high demand and a lot of customers coming up to you, you need to hire a friend, okay? And your friend's got to be reliable, and you pay your friend well. So with that friend of yours, now both of you are working together, and you are selling lemonade faster. And customers are like, "Hey, I live on the other side of town. Can you please open one up over on my side of town?" Because me and 5 of my other friends said that we would want one of this lemonade stand over there. So you must expand for customers, okay? Because it's their demand. It's what the customers want. They're paying for you to survive. They're buying your product because they like it and they love it. So then customers across town ask if you can build a second lemonade stand in their community, and you agree. It's more money for you, more money for your employee, or more money for your friend, and it satisfies the customers. The number one thing is the customers, okay? Without them, you're nothing, okay? If they don't like you anymore, they're not going to buy your product, and then they're going to throw dirt on your name, and your business is going to go under. You're going to lose your business. But if you keep with your same recipe and you keep going at it, they're going to love you. And they're going to keep expanding like Chipotle did, and McDonald's, and everywhere else, everything else. That's the successful story. That's how capitalism works, guys. Work for your money, people. Work for it, and the money will work for you. Okay, you have to invest. You have to do that like music. I put in so much money in it, and the returns are far greater. Far greater. No one wants to spend money and invest on something that they don't know the return on investment. So they say, "Oh no, I'm just gonna stick with my 9-to-5 job because it's safe, it's secure. I'm too scared to go after my passions and my creativeness." And I always, the creative side was always stronger. And at one point in time, for a few years, I was like, no, I can't. I gotta just work jobs and stuff like that. But where did that get me? Nowhere, because my mindset was not in saving money, and it was about going out, having a good time, to forget about the fact that I was too afraid to go after certain things. And I was like, you know what? Something's got to change. Boom. Cut back on the drinking. Boom. Cut back on the smoking cigarettes. Boom. Start focusing more. One of the keys to success, one of the fucking keys to success is focus. My cousin was making fun of me because I was like focusing like a laser, like I heard a couple people say, like, a diamond is one of the strongest minerals on earth, okay? Nothing can cut through a diamond except for a laser. So laser focus, right? So fucking focus on something. That's how I completed my first official hip hop album, and that's how I got the band together, and how I didn't get the band together, but I was a part of it. Okay, I cleared out my bedroom and made it strictly a rehearsal fucking area because I had that dedication, I had that vision, and I had that focus and action. These are all words to success: action, vision, execution. What's the word I said? Oh, focus. Laser fucking focus, all right? Focus. Okay? If you want to write a book, focus on it. Shut off your fucking phone. Shut off your internet. Shut off whatever the fuck. Start writing the script. Start writing the book. Okay? If you want to do a movie, start writing the script. If you want to write a fucking book, okay? Do not think about the whole book being finished. That'll fucking scare the shit out of you. Think about finishing the first paragraph. Okay? Go over it and just know that your first book is going to be trash. Know your first movie's going to be trash. Know your first album's going to be trash. I listen to my album now and I'm like, this is fucking boring, man. It's well produced. It's good for people that have heard it the first time. They're probably like, oh, all right, cool. But I don't know. It is what it is. And my shit now is so much better. But in the time, you have to I had to tell myself, okay, stop overthinking. Stop going back. Focus, execute, action, get it done, focus. Okay? Bill Gates, focused. Okay? You have to focus. That's one of the number one things to success is focus. Okay? These podcasts, I have to fucking focus. For 30 minutes to an hour, I can get distracted easily, or I can just not do it. Focus is key. Action is key. Okay? So once you take the action, then focus. Vision, action, focus. The focus is the thing that's going to cut through the laser. Okay? Set it up. You have to set it up. So you have to say, all right, cool, I have a vision for this. All right, so I want to make a movie. All right, I have a vision. This is the movie. This is what I want to create. Okay? I'm not a fan of movies. I don't watch movies. So I use movies as a reference, as something that, you might want to do. Because I don't like movies. I like music. I make music. So I'm the person behind the scenes making music for movies or some shit. So I use books or movies as a reference to what other people like. Because I'm not passionate about that. I'm not passionate about music and real life, like vlogs and shit like that, okay? So if you want to, for instance, if you want to make a movie, okay? I'm not into making movies, so this is coming from my point of view. You should have the vision, okay? Have the vision, then take action immediately. Write out the fucking script, okay? Don't overthink it. Focus. Run it by a close knit of people, and don't be afraid, because I know it's embarrassing telling people that you have this vision. And just fucking execute. Action, okay? And do not overthink it, because that's what's going to stop you. Keep changing it. Oh, wait, but no, how about, let me go back. I didn't like that. Make that first fucking movie, stick with it, and bite the fucking bullet. You're going to cringe. I cringe sometimes when I hear some of my old songs. You know what I mean? But, hey, it's a journey. Okay? Have a well-designed future. Jim Rohn says, in 5-10 years, you're either going to end up at a undesigned destination or a well-designed destination. What is it going to be? Do you want to end up 5-10 years from now being somewhere you don't want to be? Because that's happened to the best of us, man. Waking up 10 years later, what the fuck happened? No, every day you must work towards that goal. Work towards those multiple goals, all right? One thing about successful people is they never wanted to be successful per se, but what they were doing is going to lead to success, because they're like, hey, I have goals, man. I have things I want to accomplish. You know, I've hung with the best of them, man. I've hung with homeless people. I've hung out with people that are homeless. I've hung out with people that are business owners. And one thing that I notice about people that own businesses or are good in the music thing or are successful, they have goals, man. No one that was homeless or no one that I hung out with that had a vision in life and had something going for them ever said they had a goal. And then I was like, fuck. I guess this goal talk is something real. Because, it's going after something and conquering it. It's something in the mind like, hey, I'm going to do that shit. And I've met a lot of people that say a lot of stuff they're going to do, but they don't make it into a checklist. They don't make it into goals. They don't say, okay, I'm going to have this by this time, and if I don't, then I'm going to get pretty damn close. I had a fucking goal to complete an album, and I fucking did that shit, okay? And an EP, and I fucking did that shit. And I had a goal to do these podcasts, and I'm doing it right now. So, whatever it is in your life, figure it out, okay? Much love. If something catastrophic happens soon in an area near you, be very, very careful. And bada bing, bada boom, okay? This is it. This is it. I just said at the very end of it, this is it. I said if there's a catastrophic event coming to a city near you to evacuate, either evacuate or deal with it, because the world is a competitive environment. Okay, I'm recapping, all right? This is what I said in the beginning. World is in a competitive environment. Your white blood cells in your body are fighting against bacteria and sicknesses. Baby boys, our son, the minute he came out, he was, boom, in the battle fucking zone. His white blood cells had to be strong enough to fight off any infections or anything like that, okay? So, I said this too, babe. I said, imagine if the Silicon Valley, Milpitas, San Jose, fucking Sunnyvale, Santa Clara, Palo Alto, San Francisco, floods like Houston is right now. because of a tsunami. Say we have a big earthquake. You saw what happened in Japan. And then I thought, guess what happened? It hit fucking the flooding this year, remember? Your friend, the guy, his car or whatever, he had on Snapchat. So that was eerie, man. I caught myself. I was like, oh my God, that shit did already happen. And that wasn't even due to an earthquake or a tsunami. That was due to fucking rain and the backup of sewage drains. Now imagine if a fucking another 6.9 magnitude earthquake or even higher in the Bay Area happens. San Francisco's fucked. San Jose's fucked. And I see opportunity in that. I don't get scared. I'm going to take my family. We're going up the fucking huge. Okay, we're going to go up the motherfucking hill. We're going to watch everything. We're going to watch everybody fucking dying. And then they'll be like, oh, no. And then I'm just going to be like, hey, like this is, you got to know when this shit's coming. All right? What are you going to do? You're going to sit there and fucking die? Or are you going to get the fuck up, go, and watch everything get washed away. Boom. And then you go back down and you say, I have a solution for this problem right now. Okay? I'm a good fucking cook. Let's go feed some people. Right? So that is the fucking thing. That's why, babe, I said I'm more on the fucking what people see in recessions and all that shit. They get all scared and they're like, oh my God. No, fuck that. What other people that are successful do, they see opportunity in that shit. Yeah, it's scary. I said about the fires. Remember all the fires and all that shit? So, yes, when everyone's getting scared, when everyone's getting all fucking petrified and all that stuff, be brave, be fucking bold, and, go up the hill. Go up the fucking hill. Survive. Watch everything go out and strategize. And like I said, like Jim Rohn said, in 5-10 years, you can either wind up at a undesigned destination or a well-designed destination. What's it gonna be, you fucking schmeeks? My girlfriend just farted and it went. It was like an air fart, and she's eating chips. All right, guys, that's it for the Pete Keys. That's it for the Pete Keys number 8. All right, geese. All right, prayers for everybody out there in Texas. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Shout out to everybody, Vish, Coyote Project, Golden State Savage, all you guys, man. Everybody. All this, Roberto Blake, shout out to you, man. All right?